now that we've made the castle slightly less dark, yep, totally makes sense. Let's go back to the impact crater where the crystal was all the way at the start of the game. And see what's going on over here.
We're finally reaching it. There he is.
Yeah, start of the final world. So we've gone from a castle, what could possibly succeed a castle in terms of, you know, aesthetic or surroundings or... Oh, another castle, but made out of crystal instead.
Stop, dog bomb.
It is a dog bomb, yes.
Can you pet the dog bomb?
Can you pet the dog bomb?
I don't think you... Oh, dang. Another disclaimer, ladies and gentlemen, you can't pet the dog bomb, but it does turn into a bomb when you blow it up.
Yeah, I don't think you want to pet the bog. The bog. It's now bog, apparently. The dog bomb. Say that too fast, it gets weird.
Yeah. So, the bombs with the crown on them turn into powerful bombs if they're cornered. Oh no, they turn into dangerous bombs. I saw that skull for a brief second there. Thankfully, because of the fact that they're larger and they've got a big hit, would these drilling bomb enemies just stop being a butt?
Well, it seems the biggest problem here is that, you know, you got a bomb enemy right next to the goal, and that thing encapsulates the whole area.
Yep. Which is making level 1 of World 10 already so frustrating. What a great start.
And our multi-hit enemy, too, because of course they are.
It's a bomb that's a multi-hit enemy. Into a dangerous bomb I do not like.
I do not like this one bit.
And again, level 1 of World 10. Level 1.
I still gotta go through 9 more of these.
9 more of these, yes. Now, from memory, because this is the final world, I believe they avoid doing the repeated boss trope and they actually make World 10's boss unique instead of what they did for 6 through 9 being repeat bosses but harder.
I would hope so. Imagine if your final boss was the boss from the very beginning. Dream Team.
I mean, to be fair, the boss of World 5 was the cactuses. So, it's kind of hard to make the final boss, you know, a 2-stage thing without it just feeling like a rehashed concept. But again, it's been a while since I recorded this, so I might be remembering completely incorrectly. I forgot about the dog bombs entirely, so, you know, my memory isn't necessarily the sharpest on this. But I love how we're in World 10 now, and there's a mixture of World 1 enemies, World 2 enemies, harder versions of World 3, 5, and 7 enemies. But of course, you've still got to have the little squids. And these rocket... Oh yeah, because they're rockets. Ha 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 ha.
Get it? Rock it?
Not to be confused with, you know, I had something going and I lost it, never mind.
Not to be confused with the line.
Not to get that line. Rockettes, that's a girl group, right? From like the 80s? No, the 60s, yeah? That's a thing? That's the thing, isn't it? I hope so, maybe? Sure, we'll go with that. Yeah, hairspray, totally, that's a thing.
Oh man, like these stalactite bomb enemy things, they just remind me of the Sheikah stones from the N64 Zelda. Just put a bomb in there and go to space.
Yeah, I still can't believe that.
I don't really know why, but sure.
They went to space. Ah, something feels like it's missing here. Inside Ducktales music. There we go. Perfect. This kind of reminds me of that one really old vine of like a cat that just loses its grip on something and then because of the camera angle it starts floating. I'm like,
what?
Man, they really are just piling all the block on you. I mean, I know it's the last level, but they really don't want you to do very well.
But I distinctly remember, I can't remember what it was. I think it's level 10 and 9 in particular, I like what they do with the enemy choice there. That thing I can definitely remember, without any question. But I'll wait until we get there before I say, because it just, in terms of the way they finish it off, it feels kind of perfect for the last level of the game. Yeah. Now we just get... That's nuts to you, dangerous bomb. No point in collecting it, I'm not going to use it.
We're gonna see enough of those in just the normal stages.
Exactly, with the king bombs turning into them. No, thank you. Well, the exit's there, so I should technically have no reason to inadvertently accidentally blow it up. Right? That's how this works? Surely. Surely.
Back to that checkpoint, and you're like from that scene in Lord of the Rings where Gandalf's looking around, and he's like, was I here before?
Deja vu.
I do that all the time. Like, I'll just go up and walk in a room and forget why I went in there. And then immediately, as soon as I sit back down after going back, it's just like, oh yeah, that's right. There was a skit on Twitter my coworker posted. Is the guy was doing a skit with, he was talking to his brain, and another character in the skit, and he was his brain. And then he said, alright, I'm gonna go get my phone charged. So he goes, walks into the room, and he says, why was I here? Brain's like, wouldn't you like to know? And he said, really,
no.
why was I here? He says, come on, man. You can't think of it? He said, I don't remember why I came in here. And he says, I bet you it's telling you that you really want to know what is it you got up here for. And he says, go for it. He says, I don't know when I'll tell you though. He says, Brain, just come on, man. Just tell me what I came up here for. And then he's just like, hey, I'm not gonna do that right now. You're gonna find out later. It's gonna be fun.
That is so relatable. That is so relatable. I hate it.
And when your brain is just flat out evil, and then he's like, come on, man, I don't want to leave here without knowing this. And then he's just like, well, you have to guess. And he tried to guess, and he's like, nope. And he just started going through a list of things, the reason why he got up there. Nope. And then he finally like, all right, I'm gonna go back down. And he's like, all right. And he says, well, it's your loss, man. And then as soon as he sits down, he says, your charger. And he's like, yes, darn it.
Happens every time.
Oh, it hurts so much. So many dog bombs, can't pat a dang one. But they do chain together quite nicely. So I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna watch this.
Like setting up a good chain reaction Puyo Puyo right now.
Kinda reminds me of that one mini game in was it Mario Party 6? Where you gotta throw the bomb into the middle of the other bombs and you gotta chain the explosion as big as you can get it.
I think so. It
was either 5 or 6, I think.
Mario Party 6 was the one with the microphone, right?
Yeah.
That was one of the two, yeah.
Oh, it would have been 5 then I'm thinking of, yeah. Yeah, it would have been 5 then, because I played a lot more of 4, 5, and 10.
5 was with the Star Spirits.
Yeah, 5 was the one with the bad item system, don't at me.
I did like the maps on it though.
5 was the one with the Star Spirits, right? Or was that 4?
Yeah, no, it was Star Spirits in 5. 4 was the one with the big and small mushrooms.
And 4 also had the day and night system, I think?
No, that was 6.
That was 6? Okay.
Again, my past 3 Mario parties just kind of all mixed up.
Oh, I remember all the Mario parties all the way up to the current because I pretty much played all of them. Single player. I was that kid.
I was that kid too, but...
You invited people over once and then they never came back. They're like, not for Mario Party, only for Mario Kart.
I wish we could play Mario Party. I mean, I guess we can with emulators, but, you know...
I mean, it's the tricky thing of, it's still one of those things that net play is very limited on. and I'm amazed that Super Mario Party doesn't have something a little more concrete.
Yeah, because it's like, what, 4 mini games you can play online? That's it. Like, it's super, super limited. Like, why do you even bother?
I just don't
Pretty
understand Nintendo's incompetence within online for Mario Party. Just why? Why not?
I'd even argue that it's in confidence as well. It's like, they're like, yeah, we can make this work, but do you think it'll work well?
I don't know. I mean, indie games kind of well. 100% Orange Juice plays perfect. I haven't ran into any netcode issues with that, and that's similar-ish to Mario Party in some ways.
Yeah. That's a fun thing.
We are now at the point where we have done our last bonus game for the game. That one we just did there was our last one. 4 more levels and then we're at the final boss.
Items.
I know. These last couple of levels are going to be our last chance to really stock up for the final boss. So you know, if you're looking for more dangerous bombs and clocks, now's the time to use them. And you will have also noticed, actually probably wouldn't have, because you know it happened all of 2 minutes ago, but when we started this level, we hadn't uncovered the exit yet, but there was still one of the little pink coins floating around as an enemy in the level.
Yeah, now they're what, the common enemies?
Yeah, they've now been integrated into the enemy pool when the level starts.
Kind of weird how they wait until the very last world to do that.
Well, I mean, to be fair, with how many times I keep hitting the exit, I've basically been forcing them into the enemy pool anyway, so I guess
I mean, this is true. We're sitting back in World 1.
it's not much of a change. And I'm really glad that this is something that's only in Bomberman DS, because I would hate if that became a mainstay of other Bomberman games. I think at absolute most, there might be one of the Super Bomberman games that does it. But even then, I feel like if it's going to be any of them, it's going to be the ones that were Japan exclusive. So I think 5 and maybe 4, because I can never remember if 4 was localized, but I think 5 was Japan only. They tended to do that when they had a running mainstay of more than 2 or 3 Bomberman games in a series on its own. What was it? I think Bomberman Game Boy technically has 4 entries, because they had Wario Blast, which was Bomberman Game Boy 1 in Japan. Then the second one was Game Boy 2 in Japan and Game Boy 1 here. That's the one with Indiana Jones Bomberman on the front. And look, there's the pink Gooby following me around. And then exclusively in Japan, they had a Bomberman Game Boy 3. But instead, in English-speaking countries, I had to use invincibility to survive that. I'm amazed that worked. I went off topic. Point being, lots of Game Boy games. Only Japan got Game Boy 3. Which not only did they release on its own, they actually released a Bomberman Game Boy collection in Japan as well that had 4 games on it. Game Boy 1, Game Boy 2, Game Boy 3, and what was known as Bomber Boy, or Atomic Punk. So I think that was one of the ones we counted in that list of like 8 to 9. Because it had a story mode.
I just like the name difference. Bomber Boy or Atomic Punk? Which one would you prefer?
Well, because that's the thing, because in Power Regions it was called Dyna Blaster as well. But like, in Japan it wasn't even called Bomberman, because that was specifically... It had Bomber Boy and Bomberman. So you'd play as a kid who got turned into Bomberman. Friggin' story modes are weird.
Yeah, I mean, at one point Bomberman kind of went to a weird experimental phase with the naming scheme.
Yeah, he did. He really did. I mean, Bomberman 2DS is only called Bomberman 2DS in English-speaking countries. In Japan, it's known as Custom Battle of Bomberman, because you actually configure Bomberman's arsenal at the start of the level to determine what power-ups he uses based on armor pieces he has.
I guess the better question is, though, does Bomberman 2DS play on a 3DS? I think it's system-locked.
1, it does. 2, it is probably one of my personal favorite Bomberman games, bar none. And because of how hard it is to find in English, I have it in Japanese, and I got it when I went to Japan because it was so hard to find in Australia. Hilariously, I have it on my desk at the moment.
At least you picked it up, you know?
Yeah, one of my favorites. But golly, 100%ing it to unlock all the armor pieces is a pain in the butt. But like, it's worth it because a lot of the bonus armor pieces are based on other Bomberman characters and give you really good set boosts. So, like, the completion bonus is worth it. But dang if it isn't a challenge.
Seriously, I don't understand what's Bomberman games make you be a perfectionist to unlock everything. It's so common.
It's got Sonic Colors levels of 100% bonusing where you really need to fine-tune enemy kill percentage, timing, and also all of that stuff so that you like get max rank on every stat. So it really encourages replay value, but if you don't want to unlock all the armor stuff, it makes everything feel very empty at the end of the day, and you get bonus armor sets for beating things fast. Like, satisfying at the end of the day, but my goodness if it doesn't. Would I say it artificially lengthens it? I don't know.
I hope you're perfect.
It requires out of you.
I also feel like it's kind of half referenced in one of the worlds in Super Bomberman R, because I think it's world... is it Planet 4? That is completely in cyberspace? And the aesthetic that it has when it's presented in the opening cutscene solidly reminds me of the opening premise to Bomberman 2. And I really like that. Is that an intentional callback? Because you're hacking into a mainstay computer and like getting in the mainframe and need to get out and clear cyberspace? Is that a direct reference? I feel like the bosses look like it's a direct pull from that. Anyway.
Boom. There we go.
I might play Bomberman 2 DS, but if I do, I'm probably going to do it on my channel because it's even more meticulous than this. So I feel like it will get stale kind of quick. I might do it. But here we are, the last main level of the game. Level 10-9. And what enemies are we presented with? Small room. No. Large room. And only the pink coins as the enemies.
Huh.
They were building up to it when they made them just insert enemies without the exit being found yet. Now they are the only enemy on this last level.
Well, I mean, that's kind of...
I know, it's like, we're working towards...
Although it's a nice optical illusion they're doing here, because it looks like a small room, and then I'm looking over in the bottom right-hand corner, I see that destroyable block. It's like it's gonna extend out to a bigger room.
It's just like, really? We're starting on a level that's only got 4 enemies? That doesn't seem right. Nah, this is only half a level. And as you can see, I cranked every clock I could into this level, because, again, boss fights have an infinite time limit, so we're not going to be needing a clock past this level again.
So what you tell me is you decide to overclock Bomberman?
See what you did there.
What's your boost speeds up to now, huh?
We
You
need more
water cooling it?
overclocked remixes of Bomberman. We need way more. Way more.
Just strap a radio to Bomberman's back, water cool him.
Can Bomberman run Crisis?
Probably not.
Probably
No one
not.
can run Crisis.
Is Bomberman having an existential crisis? Yay, can't wait to not use it. Oh, look, there's a normal enemy at the other end of the map. They exist. I think it's just the one as well, from memory. It's just like, hey, we've got all of the pink coins, and then there's just that one rocket enemy. And that's it.
There's your one curveball.
For anything else, play Bomberman baseball.
Open up two stonies.
Yeah. Oh, 3.
3 stonies. Oh man, they're multiplying.
1, 2, 3. And the coin.
Like basically the whole left side was supposed to be a little pink enemies, and the right side was supposed to be stonies, but there's some pink guys over here anyways.
I love how you call them stonies.
Oh, that's all the enemies at least.
Did you land on the block?
Hard to say, actually.
Block one. Oh, my bad. I thought I was supposed to.
I don't think they can, because I don't think I've seen a single one of them land on a block. I think it has to be an open space.
No, usually they follow after Bomberman and try and land in a space where he was standing when they go through the top of the screen. So they've got less randomness to them than the mole enemies from World 6. Which, I mean, I appreciate, because if they landed randomly, that would just be a pain in the tail. Yep, we're just gonna chain all this together, and do this thing, and do that thing. And that's everything. That's it, that's the last main level of the game. Time to head to the final boss. Area 10 boss stage. Time to bring out all of the stops.
Time to fight evil. Evil!
Evil! Can't remember if he looks like the evil boss from Bomberman, but it's like, oh look, here's a spaceshipy thing. No, it's Shakurmon.
It is Shakurmon.
He's shooting fists at me like the lobster boss, but he also has teleporters like Dracula. But he's also got like twiddly legs like all of those plant bosses. And then he shoots off things that split like rockets, like other bosses. So he's basically taking bits and pieces of mechanics of the other bosses and just fusing them together.
So in a way, we are getting a repeat boss.
Yeah, but it's...
A hodgepodge.
Is it a reused boss if it's a hodge of the podge? And also, because of the way this boss works, he doesn't teleport every time you hit him. He teleports periodically based on time. So he may still keep attacking you on the same side of the screen as you for a while before changing screens. And I can't remember if he summons enemies or not. I think he mostly just attacks from the other screen more than anything.
Yeah, it seems like the enemies, quote unquote, they use so many just a little missile things and that's it.
Yeah, I can't remember if he actually does anything phenomenally interesting like a second phase or not, or whether it's just more of this. Because again, the two cactuses from World 5 split in half, and he hasn't done anything like that yet, so...
No.
Not the move for the hand count for me. The handy attack there, but... Did he just misfire and just launch his hand into his belly? Oh! His base is gone, so that's something. Second form. Phase. Ah. He's throwing hands! Thankfully the hand isn't a hitbox, just a laser.
Better catch these hands.
He's that one smart guy who's rubbing his feet on the carpet. He's like, alright, high five. You know what's gonna happen when I touch your hand. I'm not touching it.
Oh, and he just decided to teleport right on top of the... Oh! Thankfully that phase didn't last too long. And then he stopped.
I was half expecting a third phase.
And with that, crystal bits come together. And he's glowing again. Beautiful. That is it.
Okay, wow, anticlimactic. Look, a crystal. Okay, now go home.
Go home.
I mean, again, arcade game kind of shenanigans. The joys of, oh, hey, look, you beat the thing, and it did the thing, and stuff happened, and credits. I mean, heck, like the Amiga remake of Bomberman 1, the plot of it was, oh, look, Pink Bomber's been captured by Black Bomber who has bat wings for some reason.
You know, as you do.
Go after him. Yeah, so we just have the credits scrolling slowly while all of the Bomberman are just doing different animations and emotes and stuff. They're channeling their inner reticle in Animal Crossing. That's what they're doing. Except they all just like dancing mostly. Except for the couple who just decide to cry.
That one's my spirit animal.
Crying on the inside is what I do.
It's so crazy that the original Bomberman had so much more an involved plot behind it of, hey, escape robot factory. Can I become human and actually have consciousness? Meanwhile, Bomberman DS, oh look, Crystal's done. Disappoint.
How many times have you had to go get Crystal in video games? As some sort of plot MacGuffin. It's like in every Final Fantasy game, somewhat. I'm sure other RPGs have done it.
I mean, Sonic technically with the Chaos Emerald and the Emerald Shards.
Yeah.
And everyone's tapping their feet. They're just like, when is this credits gonna end?
And then the DS decided to morph off a little bit on the side there. What the heck's the random black pixel?
I had a notification window come up hovering my mouse. I'm like, what are you doing? And then I didn't bother to crop it out. I'll have to go back and do that in post. Lovely.
No, I called it out. It has to stay now.
Of course, yes. I need to make it
Wait,
a brighter color so it's more noticeable. Finally, the credits are over! But wait, there's multiplayer!